stories, but it's Jai's turn.
But yeah, I went out and just met up with 2 people and didn't really feel any kind of connection, and I was just like waiting to get out of there, so I didn't follow through and try to go through with anything.
Was there the classic like profile picture lies? Like where they were like better looking in their pictures?
Or worse?
No, just a lot more boring probably in person than they were over text.
Yeah.
But that could just be the whole like first date shyness kind of thing.
Yeah,
and I'm probably like that as well, I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, you're not the funnest dude to be around.
Especially the first time you meet me, I might be a little bit standoffish.
That's probably why you don't have many friends, actually. Your first impressions is pretty important. Excuse me.
This is just a Tuesday afternoon blast.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't help it.
Oh, I can't.
Nah, seriously, you're right, dude. I actually enjoy spending time with you.
We have a great time.
Yeah, I enjoy you guys too.
You do pay me out a lot, and it makes me uncomfortable.
That's kind of what I do. I just like to I like to keep everybody laughing, even if it's at their own expense.
That's fine. I appreciate it.
I'd like to point out the first time you were on the show, you said it was unfortunate to know us.
Yeah,
So
that actually was
cut really deep. I think it threw me off my whole podcast game.
Yeah,
Between that and Khayl saying that he hated you in high school, you got
I'm actually kind of like realizing that maybe I don't have friends.
maybe the problem is
Me, yeah.
it's
I might kill myself now.
well, it's not a bad idea.
Take a long hard look in the mirror first.
Fuck.
Oh my god, we don't want you to die.
All right, so Khayl, let's
That's
see.
the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Please continue to exist.
No comment from me, Govinda. But
I don't have so many interesting stories as I have.
Was like your just most uncomfortable or
you read my mind.
Actually, no, fuck it.
uncomfortable situation?
Worst
I lied.
Tinder date.
I got a bunch. Okay, so my very first one was very intriguing. She was sort of this hipster girl, and we'd been chatting for too long. That was my classic mistake, guys. If you're using Tinder, don't chat for too long.
This is my actual advice to any date ever.
I've heard you say that on the podcast before, actually.
Yep.
I stick to it.
Yeah.
Initiate contact.
You initiate contact. You set a date, and you don't message them until the date.
Yep, that's fine.
And then you date. And you don't.
For me, I like to be a bit slower. Like maybe a few days of text, then you initiate the phone calls, and then you meet. Try and do it within a week of first match.
Phone call before the meet.
Absolutely, and I've got a story about that too, but we'll get there.
We should almost have a whole podcast on Tinder, I think.
Well, maybe. So I meet this first girl. We meet up in a small country town known as Nambour for the guys in the room.
Terrible place.
I have to say, if you took her to the cafe that you took me to, you shouldn't take people there.
No. She chose the place.
Can I just say that Nambour is responsible for the reason that my foot is actually strapped up right now. I couldn't walk for 2 months.
Are you sure it's not your lack of skills as a skateboarder?
Definitely not that. It was Nambour, dude. The vibe in Nambour caused it.
Were you skating in Nambour?
In Nambour.
Oh, that was your first mistake.
It's the only good skate park on the Sunshine Coast.
As you can probably tell, listeners, this town has a bad reputation. So anyway.
Sorry, continue.
Yeah. So I'm chatting to this girl and we decide to meet up for a coffee. We go to sort of a trendy little cafe. And I get there and we meet and she's really nice, very cute. Sort of like a indie rock girl with like tattoos and the whole thing going on.
Oh.
And it's pretty fun. We're having a good time. There's a weird vibe in the cafe. I feel like everyone's looking at me. And I was like, this is my first time meeting someone from the internet, so maybe...
That's weird.
Yeah, like maybe I'm just overreacting. And we have a good time. We go, went to like a comic book store where they like have live gigs and stuff. It was actually a pretty chill place. Met some of her friends. And nothing ever really like...
Whoa. On a first date, you were meeting her friends?
Yeah, they all worked at this store.
Too soon.
But no, like this is all chill. And we only like hung out. I don't think we ever met up again. And that was fine. But... afterwards, I go home and like I was kind of like, you know, you have the decompression text. I was like, you know, how was that? And it turns out...
Wait, you were requesting feedback?
No, I was just...
how was I on the date?
No, it's more like I had fun today. How, you know, like,
okay,
do you want to do it
we
again?
should do
kind
this
of
again.
thing.
That's not... Yeah, when you're like, how was that? I was like, wait, what?
And at some point, I'm like... yeah, it was kind of like a weird vibe in the cafe. Do you go there very often? She was like, all right, cards on the table. I was really nervous about meeting you. So I actually work there. And all those people sitting at the tables, they were other friends of mine. And I just asked them to kind of like come along.
Whoa.
And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like that's some
heavy.
crazy shit.
That's fucking... that's almost like some... I can't even think of it. Stepford Housewives shit, like everyone's...
I get it.
Or Truman Show shit.
Yeah, there are probably video cameras like somewhere in there.
I get it. Like, you should be safe when you meet someone from the
Yeah, but
internet.
an entire room of friends is kind of odd.
To be fair, it was like...
Like 2 friends.
It was 4. It was like 2 tables. There was like...
But she worked there as well, so all the employees...
There were staff, yeah, and the staff were in on it too. Like, everyone was in on it.
Isn't it crazy? I have a friend who has gone on a few Tinder dates, and some of them are like, yeah, just come to my house. And
See,
you're like,
I've never had that. I've never had
Are you
that.
crazy?
Um,
You're asking to get murdered.
Another interesting one was I matched with a girl. She was a lawyer. And I was in my mid-20s, and so was she, and that's like pretty intense already. And
Intimidating.
Yeah, and it's not even such an interesting story as like I met her at a whiskey bar, and I've never really felt like so intimidated. Very attractive, like
because of
super
her
like,
social status.
She's
as
more
a lawyer.
powerful than he is.
and like super successful. She was like the star of her firm. Like,
Did you try to
biggest earner.
buy her drinks?
She already had a drink by the time I got there. She was just drinking whiskey on the rocks.
You only went through 1 drink.
I think I had 2 drinks.
I think we've talked about this off the air.
Yeah.
What is you're a classic buy everything on a date, dude?
I offer.
Yeah, we talked
I
about
offer.
the first time I was here. You're like, that's my only move.
Yeah, but that's a fun,
Because
nice little...
I'm just all against it.
well,
Totally.
you're sort of a tight ass.
No. It's a round situation. You buy rounds. It's a first date. I don't know them.
That's
I owe
fair.
them nothing.
That's fair.
And I also believe in strong, independent women who can fucking support themselves.
Yeah.
The suffragettes won, everybody.
That's right. And that's why I'm actually all for... this is something I've been noticing real recently. There was a hullabaloo somewhere. It was a European country where, like women have equal rights now, and that's the way it should be. But there was this big talk about, like, conscription. So, like, when your country's invaded... And this is a thing in Australia that not many people know. If we're ever invaded, we all have to go to war.
Well, it's like a lottery, basically, isn't it?
No, not at that point. Like,
if we're actually invaded,
yeah, like when the Japanese
they're
are on
landing,
the doorstep.
we're in.
Right now, it's like...
All hands on deck.
What about
Yeah.
if we cut our thumbs off?
Well, that might work. That's another deep cut. But the fun fact is, like, so women would also be eligible now because that's kind of the point of equality. Like, you can't really pick and choose what parts are equal. But I'm trying to remember what this article was about. But
Actually-
women were sort of up in arms, if you'll excuse
About
the pun.
conscription.
Yeah.
Nah,
like, because you're like,
you take the good with the bad.
suddenly you take a step back and you're like, oh no, I can't do that. I'm just a woman. That's,
Is that what the argument was on their behalf, or what?
I don't know. I guess
It doesn't
so.
matter, I guess, at this point. Like, what
Like,
they
if
were
we're
saying.
equals, it's all one and the same. It's
Yeah, I'm all for that. That's
Yeah.
why I don't... Look, you want to be equal, you will pay for half the dinner.
If
Like,
well, I feel like I don't know.
why is it any different?
Yeah, I know your point, but I still kind of like to offer. It's a gentlemanly move, and
We've-
again, maybe that's
We've
sexist.
already very much had this conversation, all 3 of us.
Yeah,
So
which
I
is
suggest
awkward.
If you want to hear my viewpoint on it, go back to episode 1.
Did we do it in that episode?
Yeah, I went on a bit of a spiel about it.
I think so.
Oh, I lose track doing this.
Real quick. So there was another match, and I'd been chatting to her for about a week.
Tinder
or so.
match.
A
yes.
Tinder match,
Not a
yeah.
tennis match.
And we moved on. We exchanged phone numbers, and this is the first time this has ever happened. I was like, "Wow, your pictures are amazing. You're super hot. Got a nice little like text chemistry going on. You're funny. Like, this is going really good." Get her phone number and call her, and her voice turned me off so hard.
Was it voicemail, or yeah, she actually answered?
No, like we spoke for like 2 or 3 hours.
on
the phone.
You
And-
don't need to go through 2 hours of that. You can cut it off.
But like, she was still cool and nice, but her voice was so high pitched and annoying. I've never.
Can you give me a little representation?
No, I can't.
Was
and
it-
I
no,
won't.
just come on, just do it. Have a bit of fun.
No,
Just do it.
No,
Give
no,
me the
no,
next
no.
5 minutes in this little voice, this little high pitched voice.
No.
Just do it.
no. I'm not going to do
Why are you
that
so scared? What's it?
because I had a fun time and I don't believe.
Was it that classic, just Australian kind of...
Yes, it was a little bit bogan.
nasally?
It was a little bit bogan.
and high.
Yeah, but it's so weird because she was like, we were so similar in so many ways. I was just like,
It
how
was
are
like
you?
Kath and Kim, kind of?
Almost.
Yeah.
It's interesting. This is interesting. This topic because
These are all my horror stories. I've had 3 times as many positive stories out of
was the
Tinder.
one in the movie car park? Was that a Tinder date?
Yep.
Do you want to talk about that one? Because I love it. Never
I'm
talked
not-
about
do
it
I
again.
have to?
Hey, we told everyone about our sex show story.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
true. I guess I had a Tinder date and we went and saw Pixels with Adam Sandler.
Was it as bad as with Adam Sandler?
Wasn't he in it?
No, it was who was in? It wasn't Adam Sandler. Was it?
Are you sure? I think
don't know,
it
I never
was.
saw it. I just thought it was a fucking terrible movie, so it
remember-
would make sense as Adam Sandler.
Because my thing is, I'll always defend Adam Sandler till the day I die. I think he's fucking amazing.
what was the not the Furious? What was it?
What are you trying to think of?
He did like that Western movie.
and all the Native American
It's
people
like
walked.
Hateful Eight. Yeah.
They all walked off the set.
It wasn't the Hateful Eight, it was the Ridiculous Six.
Yes, and it was fucking garbage.
I didn't even see it.
Oh, I can't believe I sat through that whole thing. It was so bad.
The
I
most
just read the articles
was
about
the
how
most-
racist it was.
It was the most popular movie on Netflix as well, because they released it there. Anyway, so we went and saw an Adam Sandler movie, and there was some oral sex in the car park. Which is
But you went down on her in the back seat.
No,
No, the other way. But it was Khayl never spoke to her again.
Well,
Just hit it and quit it.
to be fair, I faded away,
Ghosted.
which is not much better.
He just ghosted hard.
Actually, no, that's
Did you even
that's
say
a lie.
thank you?
No, that's a lie. We kept speaking. We were like chatting throughout the week, and
But
then
you had no intention to ever see her again.
I didn't. No.
But you took advantage of the blowjob.
Yes.
Like you knew before the blowjob that you weren't going to see her again.
Yeah, that's true. I had sort of decided I didn't want to continue seeing it,
You
but then
fucking monster.
But then it kept progressing, and I couldn't just. It's poor form. Has a woman ever announced her intention to put her mouth on your little dingle? Have you ever refused her that?
No, that's true.
Yeah, you're not
That's a
going to
good-
say no.
You don't say no to that.
I like that you didn't protest to the little dingle. Little dingle.
I'm proud of you, Cal.
Thank you, Jai. That means a lot. Can I have a little high five?
I actually find that really offensive that you're high-fiving about taking advantage of this
No,
poor
I didn't
girl.
take
Take advantage.
It
You
was
wanted to
consensual.
do it. Yeah.
You're a monster.
That was
Did you
nothing
offer
bad.
anything in return?
Yeah. But we're in a car and it's kind of
And
harder.
I didn't do it. I dropped her off at home and never called her again.
It was her car.
Oh, that's actually even funnier.
That reminds me of that guy that's in the news right now. Is he from the US? The guy that says it should be rape should be legal on
Oh,
private
that guy.
property.
Oh,
And he's-
what a fucking...
He's got like all these followers and he's trying to come to Australia and do meetings.
I think he's already been denied a visa.
Yeah.
And I think they've cancelled
I
all
think
their
he
shows.
said, if they deny me a visa, I'm just going to go to like East Timor and then get a boat to Darwin or something like that.
Holy
He said
shit.
Something ridiculous. Like
And then
that.
I can't wait till he ends up on like Nauru Island going through refugee processing for 4 years.
Wow.
Oh, that's...
But yeah, that guy.
That's pretty
Fuck
upsetting.
him.
What a piece of shit.
What a real garbage man.
See, this is why I wish I was the world supreme leader again. Because he'd be dead.
It's too many, like,
Yeah.
this is fucking Star Wars Episode 7 all over again. We're just doing callbacks to the first one. We're just...
Was that it was the first
It was the
Yeah,
first one,
this
yeah.
is- with Jai.
like maybe this is what I think can be now. Every time we have a recurring guest, we kind of flash back to their episode.
That's
Just
actually
repeat
beautiful.
it.
I love that. It's almost poetic.
Jai, tell me about your other Tinder... Actually, wait. Govinda, do you remember the time you were at my house and I think you signed up for Tinder? And for just no apparent reason, like, you live in Brisbane, you've driven to the Sunshine Coast, you open up the app and you just got, like, 30 matches. Like, your phone just fucking blew
I don't
up.
think I just signed up for it that day, but I think I'd only had it for like a week and I never come to the coast, so it was just odd
Yeah.
that I was in a different area. But yeah, I think I got like 26 matches or something ridiculous in like a minute. I was just like match.
I had that when I went to Melbourne. Like, just one morning, I was like, alright, let's see how it goes, and it just fucking...
From what I can tell, Tinder puts people that have liked you at the front of your
I
list.
think that's
They
right.
try to do that.
Yeah,
I think that's
and that
right.
way you feel. For me, it was just a confidence boost every time I use Tinder.
It's great.
I
for
never
that.
met anyone, barely talk to people, but I'd just go on and be like, "Fuck yeah, she thinks I'm hot. Fuck yeah, she thinks I'm hot." For 26 times, you feel pretty good after that.
It's so much better in the city. Like in Tokyo, I set it to
yeah.
1 kilometer radius, and there were just hundreds of girls.
Los Angeles is the same. It's just endless.
Yeah, it's...
And there's also this other dating app called Bumble, which
Oh.
kind of switches the roles.
Oh,
where
yeah.
If you match with a girl, then they have 24 hours to talk to you.
Otherwise, the match disappears.
Yeah, and like the guys can't contact them. The girls have to be
They
the
have to
first one to
initiate.
contact
That's
the guys.
great.
Yeah,
That's
I
great.
like it.
Because a lot of like my female friends that use it say it's a very different experience.
But this, yeah,
Oh
this
god, the amount of dick pics you'd get as a chick is
Well, you can't
remarkable.
really send pictures.
You
of-
can
can now.
now.
You can send gifs too. You can send
Can
a
you?
dick
Yeah.
gif.
When, you
Is
haven't
that a
been on
thing?
for a while, have you?
No, I haven't used it in...
Yeah, they updated it for a while. There was what was it called? Moments.
Oh, I
yeah,
remember
there's
moments. That's been
But
around for a
no,
while.
now you can actually send GIFs